Dámy a páni, vítam vás pri druhej časti z Read the Council. No, chvíľu to trvalo, ale predsa len sme sa k tomu nakoniec dostali. No a ja si absolútne samozrejme nepamätám, jak sme v príbehu skončili, ale začiatok to bol samozrejme ešte len. Máme sa vrátiť ke skupine u krbu, no poďme si zistiť nejaké vecičky, asi si sem sadnem, alebo ja neviem, porozprávame sa s nimi? Asi sa porozprávame.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi? He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Riche. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
O čom sme rozprávali? O mojej matke.
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Riche's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Holm, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Riche, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Vymyslet něco.
Like you, Mr. President, I'm here as a result of Lord Mortimer's invitation.
2 members of the same family here. That is rare.
You know what they say. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
OK. Čo tu máme? Přijmout.
Good Lord. Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand Master of the Golden Order. It's the highest distinction of the order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He must really know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man for my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
Nož vyzerá byť taký uschnutý.
Hasn't even turned up? Great start.
Kto je ten muž?
Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, We shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I've already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
Vyskúšame oné Washingtona si vypočuť. Ten Holm mi aj tak určite nič nepovie. Neviem, prečo sa mi zdá strašne slizký, ale pritom je strašne suchý.
Let's see what Washington has to say.
Sir, if you don't mind, I shall stay here.
Do exactly as you please, young man.
Aký urazený bol.
Louis, thank you for staying. Just like you, when I arrived this morning, I found out that Sarah had gone missing. I know your mother well. Don't worry. Emily is from the English branch of the Golden Order.
And President Washington is in fact the leader of the Order in the United States.
I didn't know.
Sorry to have made you wait, but I didn't want to speak in front of the others.
You did well. Secrecy and discretion are the pillars of our organization.
If I can help in any way at all, please don't hesitate to ask, my lad. And if you have any other questions, now's the time.
No určite poďme niečo... Mortimer odkol... Ne, dáme si Mortimera.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
Lord Mortimer is a remarkable man. He's wealthy and is advisor to the very highly placed. Your mother is the head of the Order in France. It doesn't surprise me that he asked her to come.
Lord Mortimer greatly contributed to financing my electoral campaign, for example. But I want this to be clear, without ever seeking to gain an advantage.
And that is to his credit.
Yes, you can trust him. He will do everything in his power to help you find Sarah.
Mr. Washington, you seem to be very familiar with my mother.
Jak to, že ste ich znal? Nie, dáme si, kdy ste ich videl naposledy, uvidíme, však všetci poznajú moju matku, ty kokos, všetci sú úplne, že poznáme ju, ale... Zaujímavé, veľmi vzácna osoba.
When did you last speak to her?
Philadelphia, 15 years ago. Sarah often went back and forth between France and the United States.
Yes, I remember those days. I didn't see her too often. Right. Would it be too much if I asked you a few more questions?
Not at all. Go ahead. But I can't promise I'll remember everything.
May I ask, when you saw each other, what did you talk about?
Záhady, ktoré nás obklopujú, nebo možný zlatý. Čo? Záhady, ktoré nás obklopujú. Nedáme si zlatý žád.
When she came to the US, did you exchange ideas about the Golden Order?
Exactly. What's more, she was essential in helping set up the American branch of the Order. I would never have become its leader without her help. We are a new country, and to achieve our democratic ideals, we need to count on discrete powers such as our organization.
Thank you, sir. I was hoping to speak with Lord Mortimer. At least now I have some information, thanks to you.
I repeat, Lord Mortimer is a man of his word. You won't be disappointed. And I am persuaded that your mother's research is his main concern.
No tak akože to dúfam, že nebudem sklamaný. Lebo to by bolo veľmi zle, keby ja ostanem sklamaný. Myslíte si, že o tom ví žád? A co když matka ostrov opustila?
Mother still is at the head of the Golden Order. I find it difficult to believe that she came to this island without notifying the other members.
As for myself, I did not know. I am here at the request of Sir Holm, a situation regarding the Crown of England to resolve, and to see what Lord Mortimer has to propose to us.
As for me, Lord Mortimer asked me here to speak about the future of America. I did not know that your mother would even be among us. In any case, no one has yet mentioned associating the Order.
We haven't found many clues yet.
No, to teda nie. Nemluviť o knize, ukázať nalezenú knihu. Nebudem o nej hovoriť
Don't
zatiaľ.
worry, Louis. I'm sure nothing bad has happened to her.
Yes, I hope not.
Nedá sa veriť nikomu, bohužiaľ.
Careful, they're coming back.
Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
Sir Holm, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Just mentioning Elizabeth totally changed Washington's attitude. Looks like he just saw a ghost.
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence.
Príležitosť výsluhy poctivo vyskúšame.
Washington looks surprised, but Holm doesn't seem to see it. I wonder if he's being polite or if he really doesn't see his discomfort.
On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Akože zatiaľ je to zaujímavé, no absolútne. Netuším, čo sa tu deje zatiaľ.
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Oh man, it's been quite a day. Right, where is my room?
To si akože unavený z tohoto, hej? Z tohoto rozprávania a hľadania kúsok stop, hej? A môžem ísť k ním ešte, alebo nemôžem? Na konci chodby to bolo, hej? Ale na konci ktorej chodby? Z ktorej strany? Vyskúšame ísť sem. Že či tu a počkaj, čože? Toto je zamknuté. Dobre, však samozrejme, toto není žiadny koniec chodby ešte. Ale akože... Tu je čo? Počkaj. Čo je tu písané?
That's me.
Pán Louis de Richet. Neviem, jak by som to vyslovil. Spisovne pekne. Ukáž, tu máme čo? Monsignor, jeho eminence. Takže tu vedľa eminencie spím. Ty kokos. Jaký je luxus parádny.
Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it, I'll be betraying Biaggi's trust. What should I do?
Nechám ho zapečatený. Uvidíme.
Open it, but I gave my word to Biaggi, so too bad. I'll wait until I hand it to mother. Wow.
No, uvidíme.
Nice room.
No, čo tu máme? Inventár, paralelný životy, bod psychológie. Čo som to tu získal? Počkaj, denník. Čo tu máme niečo nové? Ešte nebylo. Elizabeth Adams je dcera viceprezidenta Spojených států. Elizabethiny rodiče se jí po narození zřekli a prohlásili, že se narodila mrtvá. Jelikož skončila v izolaci, vyrostla z ní křehká žena s duševní poruchou zžíraná strašnými úzkostmi. Její nejhlubší tajemství ji začala mučiť zevnitř. I když byla mnohokrát léčena, nic jí nepomohlo a mladá žena se dál propadala do depresí. Jakožto přítel Sira Gregoryho Holma a Lorda Mortimera rozhodl se John Adams, že svou dceru pošle na Mortimerův zámek. Doufaje, že jí pomůže. I když má Elizabeth malou naději, pobýva už nějakou dobu na pánství. Výborně. Od raného to jsme pozerali. Sir Gregory Holm. Z Nottinghamu je velice vlivný britský šlechtic, jakožto zatvrzelý royalista. Strávil celou svou kariéru rozširovaním vlivu Anglie po celém svete. Od skvietajúci východoindické spoločnosti až po španielské obchody v Africe na každém medzinárodným ekonomickém rozhodnutí zanechal svoju stopu. V Anglii mal podiel na snížení státneho dlhu a kvôli učení jeho rodiny strávil mnoho času medzi delnickou třídou. Zakladaje školy pro chudé, aby zaistil nemajetným uchádzající vzdelaní smežujúci k budoucí průmyslové revoluci. Na spoločenských udalostiach svojho starého přítele Lorda Mortimera si budoval konexe. Imunita, logika. Takže ona je imunná voči logike. Tu sme my. Giuseppe Piaggi. Sluhové. Zraniteľnosť, logika, výslech, OK. George. To je naša mapa teraz, to nič. Postava. Čo si môžeme vylepšiť? Nemôžeme si vylepšiť asi nič teraz, hej? 3 bodu do úrovne 2. OK. Detektív. Talenty. Toto ešte stále nič. A vlastnosti, čo? Charizmatický, dôverycí detektív a spolehlivý. OK. Nedela veci polovičace notoveru nie je ty kokos, ale akože masaker, takáto izba. A kde je posteľ? To je vedľa? Či toto je posteľ? Nemôže byť. Karmelitánska voda. Okay, pozbudí tvé soustředění. Příští dovednost tě nebude stát nic. Nemůžeš jich dnes víc než 5. Stiske mi použiješ príjmu podržat. Dočasnou výhodu. No a tuto to máme. Ten dopis zapečatený. Mortimerova pozvanka. Kabela moje matky dopis. Mačin kapesník. OK, dobre. Dobre, všetko v poriadečku. Tu si pozrieme asi obraz. Svatý Žerom a Andel. Tu máme čo? Čaj si nemôžeme dať? Alebo kávu? Asi nie. Asi nie, nie je nám to súdené si dať niečo, ale to nevadí. Ja sa tu porozhliadnem. Porozhliadneme sa, čo tu máme. Přídel nádej. Výborné. Tu je čo? Odemknúť. Obtížnosť. Môžem odejsť. Nemôžem to odomknúť. Ty kokos. A ja som chcel ísť ešte na balkón. Do čerta. Ja som nemyslel, že už sem si láhne rovno. Sakryš. No, epizóda 1, až teraz sme to dokončili. Mimo pobreží Anglie úspech, šel jsem na zámek, studoval jsem pohyb mé matky, když byla v docích. Premluvil jsem Piaggiho, ať mi dá svůj dopis, potkal jsem pana Washingtona, zůstal jsem v hlavní hale a popovídal si s panem Washingtonem. Na nábreží jsem našel podivnou knihu. Ptal jsem se na svou matku, neúspěch, nič jiné cesty. Mohl jsem se připojit k Siru Holmovi v malém salónku, mohl jsem učit nečakané setkání. OK, nevadí. Takže máme nejaké úspechy, hej, splnené veci, výborné, úroveň 2. Výborné. Na parádičku. Teraz si to tu môžeme vylepšiť niečo, hej, pridať jeden bod. Dovednosť není zakoupená. Tu si môžeme bystrosť, výslech, obratnosť. Odmýka nové voľby, odpovedy a akcii. Využij koordinácii proti svému okolí a niekdy proti ľuďom. Využij svoj logickú mysl a žečnícky talent. Čti v lidech ako v otevřené kníze. Bystro, všimne si pozorne detailu. Kokso, tu je všetko dobré. Tu je úplne všetko dobré. Toto, tu je presvedčovanie, lingvistika, politika, etiketa, veda, lsti. Toto by som si mohol. Na otvieranie zámkov, ale to ešte nemám. To si dáme... Dáme si psychológiu. Čti v lidech ako v otevřené kníze. Aha. Takže to som tam toľko bodov dal. A ešte mám ďalšie body, ešte mám jeden bod dostupný, OK. Tak si dáme si obratnosť. Uvidíme, čo to spraví. Podržíme, príjmeme. OK, výber spisu. Tady si môžeš vybrať, aké spisy si na svojom dobrodružství prečteš. Každý spis ti dá na konci úkolu body dovednosti, OK. Umenie poznať ľudí podľa ich paralelných životy. Mystérium. Bod do vedy. Aha, to už nemôžem prečítať? OK. To nechcem. Presvedčovanie psychológie. Dáme si psychológiu. Som si prečítal. Střízlivý. Čo tam střízlivý? Wolverine sa nám zobudil. Oh shit. Alebo to sa mi sníva toto, alebo čo to je?
Your turn? The servants are not very efficient.
Richet can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of Richet's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear. I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this late hour.
It is never too late, and we have much to discuss. One last move?
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this. Come, take a seat, my friend.
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
I'm coming.
Ok, on má nejaké fakt zaujímavé schopnosti. Spoznali sme Napoleona teraz. Máme Napoleona Bonaparte. Áno, to poznáme. Rozhodol sa, že je schopen. Dobre, to nepotrebujem momentálne. Pozrieme si, čo tu je. Inšpirácia svätého Mateje. Tu máme čo? Čo som zobral? Klíč nejaký. Klíč ve tvaru kruhu. OK. Drahý pane de Richete, odpuste mi, že sa k vám v současnosti nemôžu připojiť. Buďte ale ujištěn, že dělám, co můžu, aby se případ vyřešil. Mimochodem, k tomuto dopisu je přiložen klíč, díky kterému se dostanete k věcem vaší matky, které zde zanechala. Srdečne váš Lord William Mortimer. OK. Ďakujem veľmi pekne, tak to budeme mať asi kľúč hentam. K tej truhličke malej. Tu je čo? Posledný soud. Výborné diela sú tu. Teda diela. Výborná. Nevežiť si to máš.
Why is Caravaggio represented St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on, but doesn't touch.
Tam nemôžem ísť? Tak nakoniec tam nemohol som ani ísť. Počkaj, a to je ešte stále noc? Prečo mi akurát teraz v noci niekto búcha? Tak toto nemôžem. Tak toto není. Pospieš si otevřete dveře. Tak idem už kľud. Idem to pootvárať.
Lovely lectures.
No, však idem.
Guests. Very jolly.
Excuse me. Am I bothering you?
Nie.
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
Áno.
Elizabeth Adams. Home introduced her to us.
Yes. Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams. But she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good heavens. I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room. And perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least I hope so. Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, there are two men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost story.
Tieto rozhodnutia, bohatstvo, však ja neviem. A čo ti to pomôže, keď to je tá dcéra? Chcel by som si vyšetriť radšej tú svoju vízi. Nebudem ti pomáhať teraz.
Sir, I don't feel well. I'm going to have to decline.
I see. Well, I hope you won't be.
No už bude urazený, samozrejme, samozrejme.
I must act swiftly. I'll search my room later.
Sorry, no, ale potrebujem ja zistiť niečo o tých dvoch. Čo ti to pomôže, keď henta typkyne a one, či je jeho dcéra, alebo není? Čo ti to pomôže? Vieš, ja potrebujem dôležitejšie veci teraz riešiť. Manuel Godoy.
I recognize this part of the corridor. I'm close.
Sem blízko. Rôzne cesty. K cieľi si dostaneš rôznymi cestami. Možno by bylo dobré si rozmysleť, jestli sa opravdu chceš vydať první cestou, ktorá sa ti naskytne. Určite nie. Tu je čo? Vejvodkyne. Zaklopeme, uvidíme.
Locked. Servants change the beds every day. There must be a service key somewhere.
Aha. Musí tu byť niekde univerzálny kľúč, no lenže kde tu nájdem univerzálny kľúč? To by ma napríklad zaujímalo. Kokso, ale je to tu akože obrovské, je to panstvo. Že by tu to? Nic zvláštneho. Čo tu máš?
Tell me, my good man.
Sir?
Prestíra, že mám vyslechnuť to slovo.
Whose room is this?
A guest.
Wow.
Apparently a French soldier. All right.
Perhaps I should change my approach.
Listen, I'm an insomniac, and Sir Holm told me that you could go to the kitchen and make me a cup of herbal tea.
And what is in this herbal tea, sir?
Holm gave Washington a recipe for a sleeping draught. What was it again?
Permit, limetka, kozlik.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian.
Yes, it's herbal tea. I'll go and make it for you at once, sir.
I'll wait for you in my room.
I need to find a place to watch undisturbed.
To si tam jak vkročil. Oni sú hentam, akože schovaní? No okej, to zaujímavé. Počkaj, a ja to musím rýchlo poprehľadávať to. Pozri sa rýchlo. Hľadať.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Okej, to som si zobral. Nájdi spôsob, jak sledovať, co sa deje v druhom pokoji. Kovaná zbran, to je čo? Môj najdražší synu. Píši, neboť potřebuje, aby rýchle zasáhl. Zdejší situace se rapidne zhoršuje. Pauli pokračuje v tlačení našej domoviny. Korziky do války mezi Francií a Anglií. Jeho muži sú všude. Musíme se schovávať a nemôžeme na jednom míste zústať déle než 2 dny. Nepřekvapilo by mne, kdyby brzy šel po nás. Pospieš si, synu. Náš osud je ve tvých rukou. Tvá milující matka Maria Letícia Bonaparte. OK. OK, tu máme čo? Šerpa. Zaujímavé. To nepotrebujeme teraz. No, ako sa tam dostaneme? Tu máme knižku nejakú.
A
Ty
perfect
čítaš
read
knihu a
for
určite niekto
surfing
dojde, že?
edition. That might come in handy.
OK, ďakujem, takže máme aj knihu. Tu som niečo zobral, absolútne nemám šajnu čo. Diablovú trn som zobral, neviem na čo to je dobré, ale dobré.
I can't hear anything here. I've got to
Poď
find another
na
spot.
balkón, napríklad. Určite na balkóne, cez balkón sa dostaneš.
This window opens onto the balcony.
Íď na balkón, samozrejme.
So that means the other room must be on my right.
Áno, po tvojej pravici, samozrejme. To dá zmysel. Prúbojný som.
Sir, I understand your eagerness, but the pressure on my family complicates the task.
Relax, my friend. Your relatives will soon be safe.
Kto vie, kto to je?
So what I saw in my vision really did happen. Well, I hope I haven't missed anything important.
I thank you so much.
Don't mention it. Now that's settled, let us speak about your support.
Yes. You mentioned earlier some assistance from the Golden Order?
Absolutely. I have concluded an agreement with their leader, Lady Sarah Faustine de Richet.
Another case that Mother didn't tell me about.
The funds from the order will finance the building of a foundry in Tuscany. You will soon be able to count on 100 or more cannons for your future campaigns.
I was not expecting so much help from you. When can I meet this de Richet?
Well, unfortunately, something has cropped up.
To je ten
De
Mortimer,
Richet has
toto?
disappeared.
Disappeared? What? Here?
Yes, but the staff are redoubling efforts to find her, I assure you.
So the agreement, is it on or off?
It is on. Her right-hand man has just arrived here to help us find her. And it is none other than her son, Louis Maurice de Richet. I wager he will ensure his mother's commitments are met.
Louis. Not an easy name to live with in these times.
Of course. But from now on, you will deal with him.
This man, it can only be Mortimer.
Very well. I will seek him out.
Map.
Teraz čo? Útek, samozrejme. Teda, alebo schovať sa.
That was a close call.
No to
When
bolo.
you see Louis, speak to him about the amount of our agreement.
And how much exactly are we talking about?
20,000 louis d'or. A sum that will enable you to easily win your next conquests. My friend, an unparalleled destiny awaits you in France.
That is very flattering. However, is 20,000 louis d'or enough to purchase so many cannons?
In this case, yes. Madame de Richet and I have negotiated a very good price.
Very well. You can count on me to talk with her son.
Perfect. Remember that great things can be achieved with him on your side.
Of course. Anything else?
Not for now. Try to get some rest. The next few days are likely to be tiring.
Then, sir, I bid you a good evening.
Good evening, my friend.
It's time to leave.
Najvyšší čas odísť veru, však už sme vypočuli dosť a akože si tu strašne nenápadný, jak sa tu plížiš. Snad sa nikto nenájde teraz.
Louis?
Emily? I can explain.
Perhaps, but remains.
Rozhodne, niekto ťa rozhodil, cena tvých dovedností sa zvýšila. Zlatým elixírem sa uzdravíš.
Still,
But first, you could perhaps remove the blade from my throat?
you have 10 seconds to explain your presence here.
No mám len toto. To nemám.
I'm not here for you.
What are you doing in my room?
I thought a night's stroll would help me sleep better, A servant must have closed the window behind me and
my window was the only way for you to get back inside. Most convincing. What were you really doing on the balcony?
No môžem.
A young soldier arrived this evening. Someone was waiting for him in his room. I wanted to find out more, and what I heard was worth the risk.
All right, go on. Do these events concern me? Do they involve the Golden Order?
No, musím.
I overheard a
Vyskúšam.
conversation between a French soldier and some other individual.
And what were they talking about?
It seems Mother is involved, something about a military campaign. Apparently my mother validated an order of cannons to help this man.
Really? Since when does the Order finance wars?
As far as I know, since never.
Did they give any details? A date? What they were for?
Nothing at all. Did you know anything about this?
No, but I won't forget. Thank you. All right, Louis, I might have overreacted a bit. Please do excuse me, but next time, please try knocking on my door. I'd be delighted to open it for you.
Oh, well, I'll remember in that case. Good night, Emily.
Good night, Louis.
Jak je tam oblečená? Čo, išla sexovať, alebo čo? Výborne. Zvládli sme to. Myslím, že áno, presne. Je na čase sa vrátiť do postele, pretože bolo to vyčerpávajúce. Skoro nás Emily zavraždila. Nič není. Škoda, že tu nič není. Mohli sme niečo získať. A ja mám nejaké vecičky zase. Máme nejaké body, nie? Nemáme body. Body nemáme síce, ale niečo sme získali a môžem si prečítať knihu ďalšiu. Presvedčovanie, manipulácie. Dám si manipuláciu, to potrebujem. Nejde mi manipulácia? Jeden bod v manipulácii. Prečo to nejde? Aha, to sú zberateľské mince, takže to nemôžem prečítať teraz. OK, dobre, rozumiem.
Your Eminence, what are you doing here?
I wanted to speak to you about something important.
Všetci so mnou chcú
Do you
rozprávať.
still have my letter on you? The one I gave you in the hall?
Why do you ask?
I have a name to add to it.
Here it is.
Thank you, my son. Ah, I see that it's still sealed. I was right to put my trust in you, Louis. Give me 1 second, please. I can't imagine what would have happened if I hadn't added this name to the list. Please be sure to give this letter to Sarah the moment you see her.
You can count on it.
Have a good night.
Inak toto je presne tá hra, že neviete absolútne, že čo sa tu deje. Ja proste tu neverím nikomu. Nikomu. Sa tu hrajú na chrumkavých a nič.
I'm exhausted. I better go to bed. I'll search my room tomorrow. If Mother stayed here right before me, you never know. And Mortimer better show up.
Ty kokso, epizóda 1, druhá časť asi, nočný prochádzka. Odlákal som sluhu, abych mohol projít Napoleonovým pokojom, špehoval som lidí z mé víze, presvedčil som Lady Hillsborough o mé nevine. Ukázal som Piaggimu jeho zapečatený list iné cesty. Mohol som Washingtonovi pomôcť jeho projekty, mohol som zabrániť násilí. Mohol som zistiť niečo o minulosti mé matky, nevadí. Čo už? Stáva sa. No úroveň 3, výborne. Co tu môžeme vylepšiť teraz? Čo si môžeme vylepšiť? Pridať jeden bod. Nie je zakópená. Etika. Zachovaj si správne pri každej konverzácii, dobre sformuluj svoju vetu a cez ne nestane urážka. Tomu ver. Môžeme ešte? Ja mám ešte ďalšie 3 body, výborne. Lingvistika, prelož všechny možné dokumenty. Počkaj. To potrebujem. Aha, 3 body. Manipulácie, aby jednali vetvem záujmu a toto je čo? Pozornosť. Ale tá lingvistika by sa mi mohla hodiť. To si dám. A uvidíme. No. Krásne slniečko, všetko je parádne.
vision yesterday, I saw that Mother had this room before me. I better search the room. Who knows? Maybe she left me something behind.
No možno ti tu niečo nechala, ale nemyslím si, že by si to chcel vedieť. Radšej nechci to vedieť, čo ti tu nechala. Nebude to nič pekané. Hľadaj stopy svojej matky. Áno, ale to si necháme na ďalšiu časť. Takže dámy a páni, ďakujem vám za zhľadnutie tohto videjka. Pokiaľ sa vám páčilo, nezabudnite tu zanechať like pre podporu tejto série. Kľudne sa môžete mrknúť aj na moju facebookovú stránku, tam vás budem informovať o ďalších videjkách, prípadne streamoch a takisto pod videjkom v popise mám link na stream, takže kľudne prídite pozrieť, hrám tam hociaké hry a budem sa tam tešiť na vás. Majte sa krásne, vidíme sa pri ďalšej časti. Ahojte, ahojte.